Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Young Ahmed. And this is from Jean-Pierre Dardenne and Luc Dardenne, who are brothers who have directed other films including Two Nights and a Day, which had Marion Cotillard in it, and I was a huge fan of that film. It was very, very human, very raw kind of film that really just focused on a very relatable and very small scale kind of scope of a story. And you have this new film, Young Ahmed, about a young boy whose father is no longer in the picture. They don't delve too deeply into where he's gone, but he seemed to be a very modern Muslim, and his mother, she drinks, she dresses how she wants, his sister dresses how she wants, but he is involved with a new Imam who has very, very strict traditional outlook on Islam and is encouraging him to try to bring balance back to the strictest teachings of the Quran, and he comes to conflict with his teacher. And young Ahmed, he takes drastic measures and tries to murder his teacher, and winds up in, which this takes place in Belgium, he winds up in a jail? Like, basically, having grown up and living in America, a jail in America looks very different than in Belgium. He's like put on a farm, he's doing farm work, and throughout this film, he's meeting with psychologists, he's meeting with these counselors, he's developing a relationship with a girl on this farm, and it's really, and like engaging with his mother, and trying to have another meeting with his teacher, and what are his motivations for having this meeting? This film is an hour and 24 minutes. It is very short and concise and to the point in terms of how the Dardenne brothers portray this story and how they shoot this story. It's very raw, it's very emotive in the way that it's shot. The camera is very intimate. There's tracking shots of the camera just following him through spaces. You're right there with him as we're going through his story. And this film has some dark ideas and really challenging that idea of traditionalism and radicalism in terms of being a Muslim and looking at the influences that different people can have on a young mind, and is it harmful to this young mind? And you go through and you have this young actor, Adir Ben Adi, who plays Ahmed, and he does a really good job of showing this torturedness, because you never realize in terms of, is he going to progress and get different places? And in terms of this film, I don't feel like this film progresses in terms of showing that. And so much of the film feels so very human and relatable and realistic. And how this film concludes and climaxes feels like a very blunt, on-the-nose, abrupt kind of fable ending. So like you have a story. This is a weird comparison, but it feels like a shock ending out of nowhere, like a Twilight Zone episode, where it's like this Twilight Zone episode has this theme all the way through, and then bam, it hits you with like a twist at the end, unexpected, and it leaves you in a place where, did this young man really grow? And should he be forgiven for what he did? And I don't know if this film quite hits that last stride in how it concludes this story, but I feel like there's enough technical aspects from the Dardenne brothers, a strong performance from Adi, and I think there's enough here for this to be an indecent look into the ideas and the themes that the film has, but I don't know if it ever hits that point where it really delivers upon the experience that you're watching here. So I feel like this film can leave a lot of people unfulfilled, but I think it's a challenging film that's worth checking out. And I got a chance to watch this on the Criterion channel. It's on there if you have that subscription. Otherwise, I'm sure you can probably find it somewhere to rent. But Those are my thoughts on young Ahmed. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.